Hi, just a minute. So I thought we all agree with this popular saying, her body, her choice. Okay, but it seems that some of you are now moving the goalposts. Yes, why do I say that? Someone like Omowumi Akinifesi would have also enjoyed that mantra, but it seemed that so many other people had other plans. So first of all, who is Omowumi Akinifesi? Omowumi Akinifesi is a former Miss World Nigeria 2005. Unlike other beauty queens that they come into limelight, all of a sudden they just disappear. We no longer hear about them. At a point, we even forget their names. Someone like Agbani Darego, quite popular in Nigeria, but at a point, she just moved away from this social media razzmatazz. She just living a quiet life somewhere, with her family. But somehow, Omowumi Akinifesi has been in the limelight since 2005. She went to University of Lagos, where she got her bachelor's in geography and regional planning. Then she went forward to King's College in London, where she got her master's in environmental monitoring management, and something like that. So then something happened. Last year November was her birthday. Of course, we all love birthdays, right? I mean, everybody's always excited when your birthday is quite close, and of course, it was a scene of celebration for her. But yes, she did something quite surprising, something that made the world to stand still. Okay, so Omowumi went on to tell us that at the age of 37, that she is still a virgin.
Personally, I had a covenant with God, when I was 18 about keeping myself. People say celebrate, but I've never done it before. But there was nobody there for me.
Tia Rubber hasn't slept with any man, same way she was born, untouched. That news, broke the social media into, it's not half, into more than three sides. Yes, why do I say that? Usually in my videos I say, okay, there were two sides of the divide, but this time around there were more than three sides or so. So the first side said, wow, that's quite impressive. I mean, in this generation, it's not an everyday thing, something rare that a lady as beautiful as she is, as exposed as she is, as educated as she is, that she is that she has some high level of self-control, dignity, what else, purity. That's quite courageous of her. I mean, young ladies, be like Omowumi. That was what the first people said. The other side said, get out, can't take several seats. What do you mean that you're still virgin at 37? Who do you want to lie to in this generation? In the after, with all the exposure that you have, with how beautiful as you are, go and take some several seats. We don't believe you. And the other side said, leave this dignity and self-control thing, at one corner. Let's face the reality. Are you sure she's okay? I mean, at that point, a lot of people turned to emergency doctors and health practitioners. Some people say it's not normal. How can someone at 37, most of her mates are married, have even finished childbearing, and someone is still saying that she's still unmarried, and of course she's still untouched. That it's not possible. That leave all those dignity and self-control. Let's talk about the medical aspects. Let me give it to Twitter people this time. The news was on Twitter because I checked the trend table over and again, but somehow that news did not make it to the trend table. I think there were some other news that took precedence, and somehow it didn't get to this one didn't get to the trend table. It was Instagram people, because I saw so many comments on Instagram that were saying that it's not possible, that it's not possible that person is medically okay. Then this other one said, who asked you? Is people just wake up one morning and begin to say something? Should we clap for you now that you're a virgin? Or are we going to give you a trophy? Is there any award for it? Why are you telling the world? I mean, you're a virgin, it's in your pockets. There were some people kept on talking, and but I like this lady. She's a brand expert indeed. I mean, she's a brand expert. She many of these big corporate organizations are her clients, and of course, so why people were saying all manner of things. She's she introduced to us her community for young ladies that want to pursue purity and purpose as well. It's called Sacred Vessel community, and I think the community is doing well at the moment. So while I was watching all this thing, I kept on saying, I thought we all agreed that it's her body, her choice. What if she decides to remain celibate all her life? It's her choice. I mean, for her to say that she's in a covenant until, she eventually gets married, it's also her choice. But of course, people decided to move the goalposts this time around. Okay, so still talking about, social media noise. Next on my list are the incubes. Victor Udochukwu Nwogu, popularly known as Nkubi, is a social media content creator. He's a skit maker. Yeah, he's an actor. He's a voiceover artist, well loved. A young man working so hard for himself. So some time ago we heard about his wedding, and everybody was like, wow, was getting married. He got married to such a very beautiful lady, and everybody, thinking about maybe his condition. He has dwarfism. I mean, he's a dwarf. And then, of course, he getting married. Wow, the news went round and people were so excited. And of course, after a while, this couple welcomed their bundle of joy. They welcomed a baby named Surum Tochukwu. Now, here's the thing. Usually, content creators these days, I've noticed that it's a trend. They involve their wives in their content making. The likes of MC Bakara, Apama. Even the ladies too, they involve their husbands too. So it's usually they welcome us into their home. We now know what their houses look like, what their sitting room looks like, everything. So Nkubi does the same with his wife Vivian. So usually most of these celebrities, after a while, they get to show us their baby after childbirth. But the incubus took some time. So people began to ask, what's the problem? What's happening? Where is the baby? We want to see the baby. And after some months, they decided to show us their bundle of joy. Now, according to the story by the wife, they went through, it wasn't really an easy pregnancy. After childbirth, they were still in and out of the hospital, and that was what took some time. So they waited for for the whole storm to calm down before showing the world the baby. But something happened. People began to say a lot of things. Some of those comments, I don't want to post it here because we are talking about an innocent baby. So people said that, wow, that the baby has the father's, it seemed like the baby has the father's condition. People were saying all manner of things, that this baby, this, that. In fact, there was this particular lady on Facebook that took her time to write an epistle, with regards to this, asking the wife, why would she make a life decision to, marry someone with this condition, and possibly give birth to children with this condition. The epistle was quite, I don't know the word to use, but you know what? It came back with a backlash. People were like, no, that's an unfair thing to say to someone. You have no right to question their decision. Of course, after some days, she brought out her apology. But like I always say, the deed has been done. The injury has been made. The apology was not as loud as the epistle she wrote before. I mean, it's not even everybody that saw the apology that she brought out. That's how life is. All those things were more like damage control, but she had already done, the damage. So, but this couple, the incubus, I think I like them to an extent, because as people were saying all those, it didn't stop them. They are still today, they're still showing the pictures of their beautiful bundle of joy. It's their bundle of joy. And people, even up till now, go to their TikTok comments, you see some people still dropping unkind words to just an innocent baby. So let me move to the next person. Is Nancy Ume. Nancy Ume is, I think, is a registered nurse. She's a chef. She's a content creator. Quite beautiful lady doing well for herself. So November last year, that same November, she brought out, she told us that she welcomed a baby, and everybody was wondering, but we never saw her pregnant. Now she went through surrogacy. These days, people that are trying to conceive are now, exploring other options, from adoption to IVF to surrogacy to many other options. And, but of course, surrogacy is not cheap. And like I always say, as long as it's legal, as long as these options are exploring, it's legal. So people have been going through that means. But her own was a bit different. People were like, hey, Some people maybe probably who didn't understand the concept of surrogacy, or people who are not even comfortable with it, made some statements, that you'll be wondering. We are talking about an innocent baby, and of course, Nancy may address them. But of course, some people are still, they're saying that, oh, the baby will never feel that she's the mother, that as long as the baby was carried by somebody else. People went on to make some unkind statements about an innocent child. And then lastly is recently Zika Loma, the content creator and comedian, made a video about the surgery where he went to reduce his nose and the size of his nose. And also, it has also come with a backlash where people are saying that that's inferiority complex, that he's not confident about himself, that's why he went for this surgery. And the statements have been going on and on. There are some people that say that, well, it looks good on him, it's his choice, it's his money. Now the thing is this, that people are now asking, so the question is, where do we draw this line? For some people, they said, be kind with these celebrities, are human beings like you. They also have their emotions. So don't go overboard. Be kind with your words. Some other people are saying, that as long as it's the public, you bring your private matter to the public. Whatever you see, you take. After all, if you didn't bring it, nobody will discuss about it. You have no right to tell people to shut up. As long as you bring your private matters to for the public to see, expect anything. So what do you think about this? Do you think that people are doing too much, or do you think that these celebrities should also reduce how they bring their private matters to the public? All right, until next time, bye for now.